You've heard me say it before, but you eat first with your eyes, and man, this one is beautiful, but how does it taste? Let's see. What? Yo. I myself am not vegan, but there are people in my life that I care about who are. And so these are the tacos that I make when I want to share a meal with them where we both enjoy it. You're gonna love it. Today I'm gonna make mushroom tacos. And you can really use any variety of mushroom that you want. For me, I love a brown beach mushroom. Brown mushrooms in general, I think, just have a little bit more oomph to them. And so any brown variety is great. The beach mushroom I love for texture. It almost comes out like a carnitas. And then with some caramelized onion, it is so tasty. We're gonna slice these up, get them in our pan, and prep everything else. It comes together very, very quickly. This is a sweet Vidalia onion. We're just gonna tip and tail it, slice it in half, and then peel off the outside layer. Whichever layer on the outside is most papery. And then I save all of these bits for stock, put them in a bag in the freezer, and then I make stock every few weeks and use that in all of my cooking. Pro tip. So when you have an onion like this, if you cut it like this, that is slicing an onion. If you cut it this way, that is julienne of an onion. The slice cuts it on the round, and the julienne gives it more of the long sticks, and that's what you want in these tacos. So we're just gonna start at an angle here, cut them pretty thinly, very evenly. For the mushrooms, take them out of the package, and then the base is here. There's a couple ways that you can do this. You can slice them, just cut them up and dice them into small bits. I like to actually just pull them apart, like so that they're just individual little mushrooms. And these will cook down and crisp up really nice, just like that. We're gonna do 2 bunches of these mushrooms. The onions and the mushrooms both will really cook down. So you start with a lot of volume and it goes down from there. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna heat up my pan back here. We're just gonna add olive oil directly to the mushrooms here. When you put mushrooms in a pan with olive oil, a lot of times they will just like immediately drink in all of that olive oil, and then the pan gets really dry. And people will then add in more oil thinking, oh, all the oil's gone. But as they cook, they release the oil again, and then everything gets very oily. So I'm gonna add this beforehand, make sure that things are decently coated. It's probably 2 tablespoons of olive oil in total. All right. Into the pan. It's pretty full, but again, that's gonna all cook down. I can already smell those onions starting to caramelize. It's gonna give them a little turn. I don't want things getting too crisp too fast. Timing is important here. For seasonings, salt, we're gonna do about 1 teaspoon of that. Pepper, about a half teaspoon to a 1/4 teaspoon, however much you like. Garlic powder, we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of that. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. 1 teaspoon smoked paprika. Regular paprika is also fine. 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of ground allspice. That is my taco seasoning. I use that mix, that combination for anything taco. It's grilled tacos, ground beef, whatever. That's my homemade mix. The hissing and the sizzling has died down, so I'm just gonna listen for it and keep an eye on it as I finish everything else, prepping everything else. Just toss it as it cooks down and browns and all that good stuff. We are going to next make the guacamole. This was taught to me by my brother-in-law, who is from Monterrey, Mexico, born and raised there, native. Adding like tomatoes and jalapenos, all that stuff, it's just not how I prefer it. This is how I do my guacamole. First, avocado. Ripe avocados, lime juice, more lime juice than you expect, salt, and then sometimes I'll do garlic powder, but that's not even necessary. So to 2 avocados, I typically do a full lime, and it really depends on how much juice is in the lime. I kind of eyeball it now, but it's probably about 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup of lime juice for me. Start with 2 tablespoons, then taste it, see how you like it. Salt, probably about 1/2 teaspoon. I am going to use the garlic powder in this one. We're just going to do like 1/4 teaspoon of that. That's perfect right there. The onions are almost done, so I'm going to add in probably 3 garlic cloves. I don't add this at the beginning because garlic has more sugar, contains more sugar than the onions do, and it burns very quickly. So we're going to add it towards the end instead. Just smash and chop it up pretty good. A little stir. So the heat on that is turned off. We're finished with cooking the mushrooms. Just gonna prep a couple more things here. We have a slaw that's gonna go on top. This is just purple cabbage, just maybe a cup of thinly sliced purple cabbage. It's just these ribbons that are very thin, tender, great flavor. I'm going to take 2 green onions, finely sliced as well. All that green onion. Pinch of salt. Squeeze a lime. Olive oil. The flavor of that is so fresh and so bright against the mushrooms and the avocado. It's just like a perfect combination. So those elements are ready for us. Cilantro, a handful, roughly chopped. Serrano chilies. You can also use a jalapeno if you prefer. 6 macadamia nuts. The dairy-free Parmesan. Goes great on a taco. I'm just gonna chop it. Perfect little crumble for on top. 4 corn tortillas here. If you're wanting to do this grain-free, I would use Siete brand tortillas. Those are my favorite. You can also just do like lettuce wraps. Fresh off, the outsides have been crisped up a bit, nice and warm. Now we're gonna fill them. Put that right inside. cabbage, a little cilantro, some serranos, and then the macadamia. Do that times 4. You've heard me say it before, but you eat first with your eyes, and man, this one is beautiful, but how does it taste? Let's see. What? Yo, that is so good. If you, as a non-vegan, feel like you're missing something here, I don't know what to tell you, because it is so tasty. The texture, spot on. The flavor, just so rich, balanced out with the avocado, the lime that's in the slaw. This one, super delicious. I really think you're gonna like this one. Give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments, and make it for somebody that you care about. Yeah.